Hey guys, today we are making a Thai noodle stir-fry dish called pad see ew using a few of my Asian pantry kitchen essential items that I shared with you in the last video. If you guys haven't seen it yet, be sure to check it out and I'll link it in the description box below. Alright, so to make our pad see ew sauce, I'm going to start by adding 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Again, this will give it that regular saltiness. And then 1 tablespoon of the oyster sauce. The oyster sauce tends to be a little bit on the sweet side too, not super sweet, but just enough. And then I have the thick soy sauce. As I mentioned earlier, the thick soy sauce doesn't add any saltiness. It's more just like a smoky, caramelly flavor. And if you guys cook a lot of Thai food, I would say the consistency is very much like ketchup mayonnaise. How do you say that? Ketchup mayonnaise, except not as sweet. So I'm gonna use 1 teaspoon. And then because pad see ew tends to be a little bit more on the sweet side, in my opinion, I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of the brown sugar, or if you have honey, definitely do that. And then to thin it all out and balance it, we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of water. Give it a good mix. Good. I almost feel like it can use a little bit more salt. Half a tablespoon more of soy sauce. That's good. Now we set this aside and I'm gonna cut the noodles pretty thick. I always get questions about where I got this cutting board, and it's actually a recycled plastic one by Material Kitchen, who also makes this knife. They have like quality products. If you guys are interested, I'll link to the products in the description box below. But this comes in a huge sheet like this, and they're just like layered rice noodles. Yeah, it's like a book. You just flip through the pages of noodles. And let's see, I like them pretty big, and a little bit goes a long way just because there's so many layers here. I'm not gonna do too much because it's just me and Nate, but this will last a while. If you guys have ever been to a really good Korean barbecue, that's how I judge a good Korean barbecue place, is if they have these rice noodles as part of the banchans. Like Ganghodang Baekjeong has it. Who else has it? I forgot. Magol, do they have it? I think Magol has it. But it's like a square shape that's perfect for wrapping. And then I'm gonna cut it in half and separate them. But look how thick these are. And once you stir fry them, you add them in towards the end just to heat them up because they will kind of break apart too. So I'm just gonna pre-separate them here. Maybe we'll cut one more. I'm not gonna separate them too much just because they will kind of separate on their own, and I don't want to risk like them crumbling up too much later. All right, let's get cooking. Before we start cooking and everything's gonna come together super fast, I wanted to show you guys the vegetables that I'm gonna be using. Now I'm calling this pad see ew inspired because it's not like truly authentic to the way that Thai people would make it. I don't have the ketchup mayonnaise. I can't even say that word. Let me know how you pronounce it in the comment section below. But typically for pad see ew, they would use a Chinese broccoli, which doesn't have as much flowering on top. This one is a baby broccoli, so the stalks are a lot longer and it's more stemmy. This is why I like to use this in substitution for the Chinese broccoli, since I don't have access to an Asian market with all that yummy produce. I do have bok choy. This is like the long version over there. And I like it just because it adds a little bit of crunch, and I always seem to like stuff my noodle dishes with any kind. I usually always stuff my noodle dishes with whatever veggies I have available because you can never have too much veggies in your body. And then for the meat, I already marinated it with the sauce that I created earlier with some garlic. I just had some sliced beef lying around in the fridge, so it's going into our noodles. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on my wok and let it get really hot. For any kind of noodle stir fry, you want it to be super smoking hot because it comes together really fast. For the oil, I like using avocado oil or any oil with a high smoke point. This one is very neutral tasting. And just give it a good pour. So once it gets smoky like this, go ahead and throw in the meat. The sliced beef cooks really, really fast, so that's pretty much all. It's almost halfway cooked through. Then I'm gonna add more garlic. And then I'm gonna add the veggies. I'm gonna add the baby broccoli first. So I added the baby broccoli first because it's a little bit heartier and you want it to like really cook through before adding in the bok choy, which is a little bit more watery. Okay, so because the bok choy tends to be a little bit more watery, I'm just gonna cook off the liquid until it kind of evaporates, and then we're gonna add the egg. Like usually though, when I cook it on that stove, since it's like a double heater, there's like an outer ring and an inner ring, it just like evaporates so fast. But this one is not as hot, and so if you guys are doing this on an electric or what's it called, like those ceramic, you'll probably experience the same thing. Gas stoves are just like so much more powerful, not this portable one. So if I ever built a dream kitchen, I would want like a wok station where it's like that jet stream of like heat just comes out and just is so powerful, it just cooks your food so fast. That's my dream. Okay, this is looking good. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop the egg right in. It's fine if there's still a little bit. And then with my spoon, just quickly mix it, mix. It's like scrambling eggs. And it actually helped with the liquid. All right. And then the final step, which is so exciting, are the fresh noodles. Okay, and then we're gonna pour our sauce in there. Stir fry it up. The noodles will break apart and get softer as you go. If there's still like clumps like this, just make sure that you don't have clumps like this before it goes in. I should have separated a little bit more earlier. Oh my gosh, it's starting to soften. It's so good. Give it, you'll know when it's done when the noodles are perfectly soft and pliable. And if they start kind of breaking apart, I mean, that's totally fine because that's pretty much how pad see ew is. Anyways, like if you get it in restaurant, it's not like a long string of like noodles like this. They're kind of broken up into like smaller pieces, and it's fine. Our rice noodles have gotten nice and soft. They're pliable. They've broken up, but not into like itty bitty pieces. They're still very much intact. With the longer pieces, that's exactly how I like them. Oh, I cannot wait to eat this. It's done. How long did that take to come together? Like 10, 15 minutes? Noodle stir fries are like the best. All right, let's serve this up. So for the pad see ew, it's typically on the drier side. It's not like a super wet noodly sauce. If you want it to be more wet, just reserve some of the sauce and stir it in after you're done stir frying. That way it has a more saucy sheen to it, but this is fine with me. This is usually how I get it at the restaurants. And of course we have to have some chili onion crunch because honestly, no food would be complete without that. And if you guys are wondering where I got this, it's from Trader Joe's, not sponsored, but it's so delicious. I shared it and other pantry essentials in my last video. Let's give this a try. It's kind of a big bite. I'm gonna do it in 2 bites. Good veggie, good flavor. All right, we're going in. That's so good. The rice noodles are soft and pliable. It's just like, look at it. It's like jiggly. It has a very, very subtle saltiness, but also you get the sweetness from the brown sugar. Super balanced. If I were to do this again, I probably would add just a smidge of the rice vinegar just to give it some acid, but in my experience with testing out pad see ew recipes, a lot of them don't call for rice vinegar. So I don't know, I might tweak that and add maybe like 1 teaspoon. So try it out with or without, let me know. But I'll have this recipe written out below for you to try. If you guys end up making it, be sure to tag me on Instagram because I love seeing your creations. I've seen so many of your chocolate chip cookies, dalgonas, your dan dan noodle stir fries. Oh, they just all look so good. Thank you so much for using my recipes, and I hope to continue sharing more with you guys. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go and finish the noodles because it's pretty excellent. I'll see you guys next time. Bye! I know. Don't wear a white shirt when you make this, and don't wear a new shirt when you make this because it'll splatter. Hopefully it comes out. Noodle stir fries, messy business.